Today I decided to film something new and I'm actually going to try 5 different perfumes. So I have this little box from the local store that has 5 different samples, and I smelled one of them before, but I want to do a little reaction. I'm not gonna talk too much in depth about perfumes because I'm not too familiar with them, but I just want to I just want to check them out with you. And I have the little blotters that I will be putting them on, and I will be putting them on the thick side of the blotter. I do not care. This is a lot of people use this side of the blotter. It mainly is when you actually are a perfumer and you put this in the perfume sample thing, like actual liquid, then you take it out and then you smell it. I don't care. I think this is better. This side is better for the actual smelling because the perfume is like more spread out. So another thing is, you can see what I'm wearing right now. You can see that it is May, it is the end of May, but of course in Netherlands it is like 14 degrees or something, and it feels like autumn. It feels like winter, autumn. So 4 out of the 5 perfumes that I ordered, the samples, are for cold weather. I just want to feel warm right now. I put the names of the perfumes on here. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. But the first perfume that I'm going to try is this. And it is by Penhaligon, and it is Legacy of Petra. I wanted to try something that smells Middle Eastern. I'm trying to find something similar to Serge Lutens' Fumé Turk, but cheaper. Okay. It is smoky. I'll put another one. Actually, it reminds me a bit of By the Fireplace by Margiela, but I don't really like By the Fireplace. This is better. But there is something in the background that I don't like as much. This is very smoky, but I don't know. There is something burned in the background, maybe. Um, it's definitely interesting. I will check the Fragrantica notes. It definitely smells like something I smelled before, as I said. Somewhat Margiela, but not really. Okay, so... Okay, I get it now. So one of the notes here is licorice, and yeah, I think that's the interesting, like a bit burnt smelling note. Like it's more sharp. So otherwise there is a lot of different ambers and stuff, like olibanum, myrrh, benzoin, like all of those things that you burn, incense. Interesting. Okay, we will discuss it a bit later. Now I want to try something new. And this perfume that I want to try is something that I have been actually really wanting to try. I wanted to order a sample set from the brand, but I checked it before, it was nice. You can see that it has a very red liquid. So I checked their website. You could pick whatever perfumes you want in like a box of 8 or 15. And I remember I already made that box and then I didn't buy it for some reason. And then I checked it last week, I think. And they didn't have a lot of choices. I think you could only fill 8 perfume box. It wasn't even like 15, that there wasn't 15 choices. So the brand that I'm talking about is BDK Perfumes, and it's a Rouge Smoking. From what I know, this is a cherry perfume, and I really like cherry. I really like Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Interesting. This does not smell anything like Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. But I smell a lot of flowers here. This is not what I was expecting. This smells much sweeter than I thought it would, and it does not smell of a cherry that much. Interesting, interesting. To me, this smells almost like yellow flowers, something like linden flower. Maybe it has it. Let's check. It is a nice scent. It's very interesting. But I honestly, I was expecting this to sound more formal and more heavy. To smell, sorry, not sound. Because to me, this is pretty light and it's pretty. I wouldn't say feminine, but it's. Well, yeah, I would say it's somewhat feminine. Okay, so it says that vanilla is number 1, sweet powder, amber, musky cherry. Okay. Let's see if there is. No, I don't see any yellow flowers. I see orange blossom, maybe heliotrope. I'm not too sure how heliotrope smells like. I am familiar with the flower, but I don't remember how it smells. Black vanilla, cashmere wood, white musk, ambraxan. I really don't like when perfumes have those synthetic molecules. I don't really smell them, and I find them a bit cloying and annoying. Not cloying because I don't smell them, but something like, I don't know, not the best reaction that my nose has to them. There's also violet, white musk. I don't know why. Based on the fragrance, how it looks, and Rouge Smoking, smoking like, I think smoking is type of clothing. This is not about like smoking a cigarette. So I would assume this to be very formal. Yes, it's like, you know, a costume, men's costume. And this does not smell very masculine to me. I don't think I'll be buying this. I had high hopes for this, but Lost Cherry by Tom Ford to me is more interesting. I also really want to try wet cherry liquor by Boho Boko, the Polish perfume brand. Okay, so the votes are saying that it is more feminine, which I agree with. Very sweet, very. It's an interesting scent, but I was not expecting this. I was expecting it to be heavy scent to wear at night, to go to like like a party where you play billiard billboard, um, and it says that it's more for the night, but I don't know, to me it's very spring fresh. People are not voting on it as a fresh scent, but to me it's a lot of flowers. Okay. What should I try next? I want to get some water first. Okay. I am going to try this. So it is by Memo Paris, and it is Winter Palace. I always want to try this one. I already have a tea scent in my collection that I really enjoy, the Musk Milano Russian tea. Winter Palace, what I think about when I hear that name is the St. Petersburg Royal Palace, the Winter Royal Palace. It's very beautiful. I think this is more inspired by Asian cultures, China, I believe. There is the Chinese dragon on the bottle for this, but still, I'm interested to... Wow. Okay, so it opens very, very fresh. Very nice citruses, and immediately it goes into something more incensey, I'd say. So far, this is definitely my favorite. I'm quite happy that I like this because I wanted to check out their brand for a while. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it does smell very incense-like. I had a perfume sample a while ago that was very interesting. It was, I don't even remember the brand, I will put it here somewhere. It was some kind of citrus and incense, and it was a very interesting combination. Okay, so from what I see, it does have Tolu Balsam, which looks like a incense, Styrax, benzoin, another type of balsam, Courgette balsam. This one is actually very, very good. I'm gonna put some on my skin. This is... Okay, I will come back to it. But also it smells much more fresh than I expected it to be. But it says... very interesting. I'll put a bit more. This sample is a bit weak. I don't know. Something's a bit wrong with it. Oh, and it has labdanum as well, so of course, very incensey. Red tea, I'm not too familiar. Red tea. Orange. Yes, I can... Okay, so far, my favorite, we have 2 left to go, so I'm not gonna... but I really like this. Okay, Winter Palace. So, the next one is Much Ado About the Duke, and it is another Penhaligon fragrance. It's from their collection of the ones with animal heads, and I saw this one on sale for like 90 euros or so, so I wanted to just try it and see maybe it's good, and then I'll just buy it. It's a very interesting color. It's, if you can see, it's like purple. But this is the one that I'm least familiar with. I do not know what to expect from here. Interesting. I get something very... I'll put another one. I get something very green here. I would say it's almost like carrot, like the carrot tops. So the green part of the carrot and maybe a bit of the carrot itself. But it does smell very carrot-like to me. I'm not sure why. Maybe some pepper on top of it. I don't smell any citruses. I don't really smell a lot of heavy stuff so far. It's very carrot-like. So I want to check out what it says about this on Fragrantica. Much ado about the Duke. Woody, rose. I don't really smell any of those. Fresh, spicy, aromatic, leather. Okay, I get. The notes? Yes, so I guess pepper. Apart from that, there's gin. Which gin I do. Now that you said it, now that the notes said it, I do get the gin, because gin can also be very, like, somewhat green fresh-esque. Like, it's quite sharp, quite a sharp scent. And to me it smells green, but I guess not really. But still, gin and tonic, you know? But to me it still smells like carrot tops. Very interesting. I don't really get leather here, woody notes. Maybe it's just on the paper and off the skin it would smell different. I don't get a lot of rose either. I don't think I get any. To me this smells very fresh. Okay, now the last one is the one that I already tried before in the store, but I think I tried so many back then that I cannot remember if I like this, if I didn't, what it exactly smells like. So it is Roses on Ice by Killian. And I have tried quite a few Killian perfumes, and I usually enjoy them. Roses on Ice is supposed to be quite fresh. It's like for summertime. Cucumbers. This is very fresh. It's like cucumber water. Just like the perfume that I talked about pretty recently, the Etal Lip d'Orange one. I forgot the name of it, but... Interesting. I don't smell a lot of rose either. Ozonic, aquatic, aromatic, green, woody. Okay. Yes, there is one of the first notes here is cucumber and juniper berries, lime. Violet leaf, I don't really smell any. Yeah, it's not very powdery, which usually is what violet gives it. Pink pepper. Not really. Ambrexan. Okay, Ambrexan is here. That's why it is starting to smell more faint of the strip. It's very fresh, not very rosy. I would say if it's called Roses on Ice. Okay, I'll spray this one on my skin because the Ambrexans usually work a bit better from skin, at least for me. I don't like it as much from my skin. It smells so fresh. It smells so fresh and cucumber-like on the opening from the paper. On my skin, it doesn't smell very good now. I showered, I promise. I don't have anything else on my skin. I didn't use anything to moisturize in my hands or anything. I think I get a lot of juniper berries from this. Juniper berries, I assume, they smell somewhat like pine. I don't smell any cucumber off my skin. I think the musk and the ampersand is really putting me off. I don't tend to like too many of those. And a lot of perfumes have them as a base. It actually smelled like it smells off the paper. Wait, do I still have... Where is the paper for this one? The paper does not smell like anything to me right now. I don't think I went nose blind yet. Because, yeah, I can still smell this pretty well. Yeah. First of all, it is not as strong as a lot of Killian perfumes are, usually. Yeah, I'm not really impressed by the Killian, which I'm surprised by, because usually I really like their the best-selling one. I forgot its name. I'm stupid. Angel's Share, that one. I tried Black Phantom. I quite enjoyed that as well. I'm still not sure if I want it or not. The chestnut can be quite powerful, but I do really like the thing that they have, the special box one with a big Memento Mori written on it and the skull. But no, this does not smell anything like rose. Rose is nice. This smells like pine, I guess, a bit of pine. It's very light. I don't really smell molecules that well. And my mom actually really enjoys Juliet Has a Gun perfumes. I got her the cherry one. What is it called? Cherry something, not a cherry probably. And Juliet Has a Gun is quite like original is their name. Not a perfume, not cherry, I don't know. I gave her that one. To me, it did not smell like anything basically as well. And then not a perfume that my mom has. Literally, she sprays it. I have no idea. I cannot smell it. And to her, apparently, it's very good. She has like a full bottle and different little travel sizes for like different Juliet Has a Gun things. But I do not like that brand at all. This could be a Juliet Has a Gun perfume because it's just not there, really. There is a bit of the pine tree needle-like smell. Very fleeting, very disappointing. I don't smell any rose. I was expecting this to smell a bit like a rose by Diptyque, and maybe it would have a bit more alcohol-y motives, but it doesn't. I feel like this is... I smell a bit of a cucumber, but very, very faint and very far away. Yeah, no. Especially considering the prices of Killian perfumes, I would not recommend this at all. Maybe on you it will smell better, but I don't think there is a lot of rose, and if you're expecting rose, no. So, out of the perfumes that I have, yes, this. My hand here has Winter Palace, and I really, really do like this. It's still citrusy, but now it's a bit more sweet, I think. I don't know about tea exactly, but it is somewhat maybe ambery, maybe... I do get where it came from. I can imagine actually, like, I know that it's not about the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg, but I can imagine that on a sunny winter day, in those big rooms, having a tea ceremony, and the light is coming through, and you can see it maybe reflect on the table, on the different cups that you have, all of these things. It's like it feels like it's gonna be so warm and nice outside when you step outside and there is snow and it's minus 20 degrees. But there is still this freshness, cold freshness, and something warm. There is still something warm in the base of this, but I would honestly say that this is it's probably gonna be fine even in, not in very warm summer, but most of the time you can wear this, I think. It is very good. Okay, so my favorite is Winter Palace. I think I will be adding into my list of things that I want to get. Rose is a nice, not so good. Winter Palace, amazing. It still smells a bit more citrusy on the paper. On my skin it starts to develop more amber-like. Much ado about the Duke. Now it is more, I think it developed on the paper a bit. Now I do smell a bit more woods and maybe like a woody rose. Not a very prominent rose, but still. It's a spicy rose, I would say. Like, what was the perfume that I had that I didn't really like? Rose. I will show you a picture here. That smelled kind of like this, but stronger and more cloying. This is more wearable. I think I'll put a bit of it on and try it later. The Rouge Smoking smells like candy. Very, very sweet. It smells almost now like a drink that is probably pink colored. It's an interesting scent though. I do have to say that it is interesting. I will like to try this on my skin. I'm not sure if I will like it. But I think it's the flowers and it smells somewhat edible. Interesting. A Legacy of Petra. I would like it to be warmer. I like it, but I can't agree with some note in this. Yeah, I smelled something quite familiar to this, as I said before. Maybe even Grand Soir has a bit of this vibe. Interesting, but I don't agree with something here, so I will try this on skin. Maybe it will change, because a lot of perfumes are performed differently on skin, so I look forward to those videos. I'm probably gonna be making a video about Winter Palace for sure, and some other perfumes, probably not the Killian one. Yeah, tell me in the comments what you thought about this video. Did you enjoy this format? Have you tried any of those perfumes? What do you say about them? It is quite addicting actually. I do want to keep smelling this. But it is very similar to a perfume that I have tried. Maybe not Grand Soir, but something. Maybe Grand Soir, maybe not. Yeah, okay. I will, as I said, I will explore those perfumes further. by myself, and then I probably will film something. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.